Hello boys and girls, I hope that you are fine and I hope that you are keeping safe. I hope that you are learning new things at home and I hope that you are enjoying yourself as well. So today we are going to be looking at direct ratio. Now let's review a little bit. Let's go back to the last week of classes when we did finding a missing number in a proportion. Let's look at this example. If I have 12 to 18 equals n to 21. N is the missing number. Now, to find n, we set up our problem like this. Okay? We write 12 to 18. Underneath, we write n to 21. I showed you that to solve this problem, we can use butterfly wings. Alright, so we make the butterfly wings like that, and we make the other butterfly wings. When we make the butterfly wings, we form an X, alright? And an X is the sign for multiplication, alright? And because the X is cross, we call this cross multiply, okay? So instead of thinking about using butterfly wing, we call that cross multiply. So that is the name of the method to find a missing number in a proportion. Now, once we have the cross multiply, we multiply the numbers, all right, that are partners, two numbers. So we say 12 times 21, and we divided by the number that is multiplied by the n, which is the missing number. Okay, so we divide by 18. Now let's look at what number can go equally into 12 and 18. We are going to simplify. So 12 and 18, we have 2, we have 3, and we have 6 that can go into 12 and 18. So I'm going to use the bigger number, which is 6. So I say, in my mind, I say 6 into 12 is 2. 6 into 18 is 3. Alright? Now 2 and 3 cannot continue simplify. So I'm going to use 3 and 21. Okay, so I say 3 into 3 is 1. 3 into 21 is 7. Okay, now I have 1 here. I multiply the top numbers. 2 times 7 is going to give me 20. Oh, sorry, not 20. 14. I'm thinking about 20. I guess it's the heat. Alright, 2 times 7 is 14 over 1. Let me write it neatly. 2 times 7 is 14 over 1, which is, I'm going to write the answer here, which is 14. Okay, so that's what we do to find the missing number in a proportion. This is called cross multiply. Now, this is how we use the method to find a missing number. This is called direct ratio. Now we are going to be looking at how we use cross multiply or direct ratio in real life problems. Okay, so let's look at some real life problems where we need to use cross multiply to find the answer. Okay, so let's look at this problem. This is example number 1. I am going to give you 3 examples, and then you're going to be able to solve 2 problems, and every day I am going to give you 2 problems based on direct ratio. Alright, now let's look at this. Example 1. There are 3 girls for every 2 boys at a party. girls are there to 20 boys? Okay, look at the problem. Now, there are two things that this problem is talking about. It is talking about girls and boys. Okay, so we write that. We say girls. We write that as a ratio. Okay, girls to boys. Not sure if you can see that. I'm going to use another marker. Girls to boys. So it says that there are 3 girls for every 2 boys. So we write 3 to 2 boys. Okay? Now, it says how many girls are there to 20 boys. So this number here, 20 boys, we are going to write it under boys. Okay? 20 boys. So we write 20 on the boys. And on the girls, we are going to write N, because that is what we are looking for. How many girls? So we write N on the girls. Okay? Now we cross multiply. You can use the butterfly wings. Okay? You can use the cross multiply, or you can just draw a line like that. Okay? I'm going to still use this to show the cross multiply. Cross multiply. Now this here match, the 2 numbers are together. So we say 3 times 20. Now we divide by 2, because 2 is partner with N. So we say 3 times 20 divided by 2. Can 3 and 2 simplify? No, right? So we use 2 and 20. So 2 into 2 gives us 1. 2 into 20 gives us 10. Okay? Now, we multiply. 3 times 10 is going to give us 30 over 1. So my answer is going to be 30 girls. Okay? So we have, if how many girls are there to 20 boys? There are 30 girls to 20 boys. Right? So that is the first problem. Look at it. Good. Now let's look at another one. This is example number 2. Okay? So example number 2 says, a recipe for 20 muffins uses 2 eggs. How many eggs are needed for 50 muffins? Now, do you think you can do it? Alright, well, you can try and see if you get the same answer as me. Okay? So, we set up our problem. This is talking about muffins and eggs. So we write muffins, 2 eggs. Okay, 20 muffins. So we write 20 under muffins, 2 eggs. Now the question says, how many eggs are needed for 50 muffins? So 50, we are going to put it under muffins. 50 to, this is going to be N because we do not know. Okay, now here I am going to cross multiply. I am not going to use the butterfly wings now. I am going to use a line. Okay, this will match with this, and this will match with this, so as to form a cross, okay, or an X, which is multiplication. So we call it cross multiplication. 50 and 2, we multiply those two numbers. 50 times 2, and we divide it by 20. Okay, because 20 is with the missing number. Here, 50 and 20. We can do one thing, since both numbers have the same ending, like they have 0 and 0. That means that we can divide by 10. So if we divide by 10, this is going to be 5. We divide 20 by 10, this is going to be 2. Now 2 and 2 can cancel. So we say 2 into 2 is 1. 2 into 2 is 1. We multiply the top numbers. 5 times 1 is 5 over 1. So my answer is 5 eggs. Okay, so they will need 5 eggs in order to make 50 muffins. Okay, now are you understanding? Look at the setup and how we use the cross multiply. Now let me go through the last problem. Okay, let's look at the third problem. This is the last example. You can read along with me. Pam ate 9 nuts in 6 minutes. If she continued eating at the same rate, how many nuts would she eat in 12 minutes? Okay, now it's talking about nuts and minutes. So we write nuts to minutes. Alright, nuts to minutes. Pam ate 9 nuts, so we write that information. 9 nuts to 6 minutes. The question is, how many nuts will she eat in 12 minutes? 12 minutes, you are going to write 12 under minutes. Okay? And we write N on nuts, because that is what we are looking for. How many nuts? We now cross multiply, which means I am going to draw a line from the N to the 6, the 9 to the 12. Okay, I'm going to multiply 9 and 12. 9 times 12 divided by 6, because 6 is the one that matches with the N. Now, we are going to cancel. Can 9 and 6 simplify? Yes. By what number? We have by 3. So we say 3 divided into 9 is 3. We write the 3 on top of the 9. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now 3 and 2 cannot simplify, so now we simplify the 2 and the 12. So we say 2 into 2 is 1. 2 into 12 is 6. Okay? Now we multiply the numbers on top. 3 times 6 is going to be 18 over 1. So my answer is now 18 nuts. Your answer must have a name. Okay? So this will be 18 nuts. Alright? Can you solve a few problems on your own? I am going to send 2 to the chat group, and I am going to send 2 to the chat group, and you must solve it. Send it to my number. You are supposed to have my number. Send it to WhatsApp. I'm going to check it, and I will send you a response right away. All right? If you do not understand, you can always listen to the video once again until you understand it. Good luck. Enjoy your week.